Hi everyone, we're going to be doing a presentation over K-pop idols, presented by Isabella Esparza, Joanna Hernandez, Vina Patel, and Brooklyn Williams. A quick overview for our presentation today. We're going to be getting into the introduction, the trainee program, group roles, image control, global impact, and a conclusion. Introduction. We wanted to present on K-pop idols not only to grow our own knowledge, but also inform others about K-pop. K-pop is growing exponentially in global popularity. It's interesting to see its effect on music, fashion, and trends around the world.
Korean idols typically begin training at very young ages. Many start in elementary as young as 7 or 8 years old or middle school. During this training period, they learn vocals, dancing skills, rapping, media training, etc. for many hours a day. And then an example of a K-pop group with a young starting age is NCT Dream. They started training young and even debuted young. And I've included a picture of them during their first album in 2016, which you can tell they look very young, and then a picture of them during their latest album in July. So now I will kind of just explain each member and when they started. So Mark is the leader and main rapper of the group. He is Korean-Canadian and grew up in Canada. He began training to become a K-pop idol at 13 in 2012 and trained for 4 years before he debuted in the group NCT Dream at 17 years old. Then we have Renjun. He is a lead vocalist. He is Chinese and moved to South Korea in 2014 at 14 years old and trained for 2 years before he debuted in NCT Dream at 16 years old. Then we have Juno. He is a lead rapper. He is Korean and was born in Incheon. He began training in 2013 at 13 and trained for 3 years before debuting in NCT Dream at 16. Then we have Haechun. He's a main vocalist. He is Korean and was born in Seoul. He began training at 13 and trained for 3 years before debuting in NCT Dream at 16 years old. And then we have Jaemin. He is a main dancer. He is Korean and was born in Seoul. He began training in 2013 at 13 and trained for 3 years before debuting in NCT Dream at 16 years old. Then we have Chanla. He is Chinese and a main vocalist. He moved to South Korea in 2016 at the age of 14 and trained for only 3 months before debuting in NCT Dream. Lastly, we have Jisung, the main dancer and the magnate of the group. He is Korean and was born in Seoul. He began training in 2013 at 11 years old and trained for 3 years before debuting at 14.
시선이 어색해 천천히 다가가자 딴 곳을 보는 걸 역시 널 찾아내긴 어렵지 않았어 그런데 화내기엔 너무나 예쁜 너 우선 물어봐 누가 더 커질까 자신 있어 부드러운 주인공.
So you may be wondering, why do idols begin training so young? K-pop companies start training idols for when they are young to maximize their profit and career duration. It is also easier to mold them into the type of idol you want. Starting young allows idols to build their skills over time and allows them to potentially have a second career after retiring from being an idol. Most idols becoming models or actors or even just soloists. And an example I included is Rowoon. He left the K-pop group SF9 to focus on acting. Also, younger K-pop idols are seen as more appealing to K-pop fans, some believing their idols lose their spark as they get older. And so, what do you think? Many idols who started training so young regret their choices because they miss out on having a normal childhood. They typically drop out of school and don't have time to spend with friends and family. K-pop fans also express their worries about having these young idols in the spotlight and having them experience the cons of being famous, like receiving hate comments, which can greatly impact their mental health and confidence since they are so young.
Image control and standards. K-pop idols' public personas are often manufactured. Their companies heavily monitor and control their behavior, whether online or in person. Oftentimes, they lack agency over their music and public image. From here, you can see there is a collaboration with Versace, there's a collaboration with Vogue, as well as BuzzFeed and Solve, while BTS is playing with puppies while answering questions. This is just a multitude of ways in which image control and standards are heavily monitored. Rules for K-pop idols. Idols continuously have to achieve near perfection, driven by fan expectations and company concerns over how any scandal can affect revenue, brand image, and agency stock value. Breaking rules can include suspension, backlash from fans, or damage to reputation. Some rules include no dating, no visible tattoos, no second jobs, limited interaction with opposite-sex peers, phone checks by management, maintaining a certain body or facial standard, which may include a diet plan, managed appearance, strict personal conduct, and a rigorous training schedule in which all idols have to adhere to. Now getting into the image control of Blackpink, I have attached a video of their performance of Shutdown.
Blackpink in your area. Yeah. Blackpink in your area. Yeah. 컴백이 아니었던 난 적 없으니까 고개들이 돌아 진정에 못 걷길라 분홍빛의 얼음 drip 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 freezer on side shut it down what yeah 이미 안에 뛴 적이 없으니까 지저분이 목에 먹줄은 내 거니까 땅바닥에 단 pedal we go 205 shut it down 초록빛을 내려 머리 위로 don't trip baby 겸손하게 그냥 앉아있어 just sit baby praying for my downfall many have tried baby catch me when you hit my Lamborghini go vroom 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 vroom.
Image control of Blackpink. YG management and practices for Blackpink historically focus on less is more approach, building exclusive and high-end image through high-budget music videos, limited but high-impact content, and scarcity marketing strategy. The group has been under YG since their debut in August 2016. However, they did not renew their individual contracts in 2023. As you can see, here are some collaborations that Blackpink has done with Oreo, Adidas, and Pepsi, which they are heavily controlled by YG Entertainment. Rules for Blackpink. Under YG Entertainment, relationships are prohibited. Dating bans on trainees are a common practice in Korean entertainment industries, including YG Entertainment. Blackpink's Jisoo had even stated the agency enforced different trainee meal times for female and male trainees. Drinking, smoking, and clubbing is prohibited. During their trainee period, Blackpink confirmed in their contracts listed bans on drinking, smoking, and clubbing, though some exceptions can be made with permission. These rules are connected to image control, health performance considerations, and agency oversight. Tattoo and plastic surgery bans. YG has documented policy that artists agreed to not undergo plastic surgery as part of their contract. The rationale is that YG prefers to emphasize natural beauty by the artist rather than frequent cosmetic modifications. On the right, Jennie shared, "We broke 2 taboos today, drinking and clubbing. It's a historic day." Lisa mentioned, "It's my first time at a club." Fan expectation and scrutiny. K-pop idols are marketed as perfect, highly polished figures who foster close, often parasocial relationships with their fans. This leads to some fans feeling entitled to nitpick and criticize nearly every aspect of an idol's personal life. Blackpink's Jennie apologized after a video of her vaping indoors sparked backlash across South Korea. The incident sparked widespread criticism online, with some fans calling it a mistake and feeling disappointed. The situation highlighted the intense scrutiny idols face when even seemingly minor actions can be heavily criticized. OA Entertainment, the record label Jennie founded last year, issued a statement apologizing for her actions. As you can see here, this is what she posted to her Instagram, and that's a picture of Jennie herself.
Now, I just wanted to talk about K-pop from a global perspective, and how it's made massive strides in recent years, especially charting on Billboard's Hot 100 list, headlining at music festivals, and appearing at other prominent pop culture events. So, some notable things to notice are songs from BTS, Blackpink, Stray Kids, Twice, TXT, 5050, and New Jeans have all charted on Billboard's Hot 100 list. Blackpink, the girl group, has headlined at Coachella in 2023, making it the first K pop group ever to headline at an American music festival. The song APT by Rose and Bruno Mars won Song of the Year at the 2025 VMAs, making it the first K pop song to ever win a Song of the Year award. And it's also currently nominated for 3 Grammy Awards, which is huge. Additionally, we can see Twice that performed at Victoria's Secret fashion show in October of 2025, and the brand used this to help increase ratings and boost popularity amongst the brand. Now, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about K pop and Western influence, and we can see how they've had a growing influence on Western culture. And one large example we can pull from is the global girl group Cat's Eye. Under a Hyben Geffen collaboration, the label used K-pop methodology in order to create the global girl group. And although they aren't considered K-pop, using the traditional K-pop trainee program, these girls trained for about a year and a half and were seen on a survival show called Dream Academy, which is also very common when labels decide to create these groups. This is just to help boost popularity and exclusivity. More of K-pop's influence on Cat's Eye. Due to the K-pop trainee program, the group initially was getting a lot of attention from pre-existing K-pop fans, and as time went on, particularly after the popular Gap advertisement, it became more popular in the West, which has actually created a bridge between pop to K-pop, which grew the popularity of K-pop in the West. Large areas of Cat's Eye success, including the recent winning of the Push Performance Award at the VMAs, can be dedicated to the K-pop methodology in which they trained and they present themselves, and their commitment to the K-pop system is ultimately why they've seen so much success after only being a group for a whole year. Now, I just wanted to touch a little bit more on the modern relevance and pop culture that K-pop has. Dance challenges have become a large part of K-pop. Fans will often know song lyrics and choreography, often starting dance trends that become popular on large platforms on TikTok and YouTube. And additionally, we can see how idols will have influences on pop culture, a good example being the rise of popularity of Labubus and Blackpink's Lisa's expression of them. This caused a huge global demand for the Blind Box plush doll. And to the right, you could see a picture of Lisa with her Labubus. Now I want to talk about K-pop versus the American boy bands and girl groups. Some things in K-pop. In K-pop, there are years of training to become synchronized with extreme choreography, whereas in American groups, there's more casual training and they'll often rely mostly on charisma during performances. In K-pop, the music is often highly dynamic with many vocal and instrumental layering, whereas American groups are more streamlined music, looking for a more pop-centric sound. In K-pop, again, they're very connected with their fan bases and the community. They often have many events to connect with these fans. And then American groups, they're more focused on the individual artists rather than the group collective. And then again, in K-pop, we will see that image is very important, and the artists will often have to act a particular way while they're performing to uphold a certain standard. While as in American groups, they don't have to maintain image, so they're often considered more raw and authentic. And here are some American pop groups that we can pull from. First, on the left, we have Destiny's Child, which was active from 1990 to 2006. Then we have the Backstreet Boys in the middle. They've been together since 1993. And then on the right, there's the Jonas Brothers, who originally formed in 2005 and broke up in 2013. And then after a 6-year hiatus, the band reunited again in 2019.
Idols' roles. While all idol groups have their own unique charm, there is a checklist the groups adhere to create a standard group. Roles include the leader, main dancer, main rapper, main vocalist, visual, center, and maknae. BTS and their roles. I will be looking at idol roles specifically through BTS. Kim Namjoon, stage name RM, is the leader of BTS and main rapper. He was the first trainee at Big Hit Entertainment and recruited by the CEO himself. Min Yoongi, stage name Suga, as a member of BTS, and August D as a soloist, joined second. He started as a producer and was brought on as a rapper. He is the lead rapper and producer of BTS. Jung Ho-sok, stage name J-Hope, joined third as the third rapper and main dancer. After failing an audition at JYP, he was recruited to Big Hit. Kim Seok-jin, stage name Jin, joined fourth after the group dynamic was changed from a hip-hop group to a more common group. He was scouted on the street and brought on as a vocalist. Jung Jungkook, or JK, joined fifth after choosing to join Big Hit out of multiple offers by other companies due to his admiration for RM. He is the main vocalist and center. Also, he is the maknae of BTS. Kim Tae-hyung, stage name V, joined sixth after being convinced to audition while joining his friend, who was auditioning. He is the lead dancer, vocalist, and visual of BTS. Park Jimin, stage name Jimin, trained as a dancer in Busan before moving to Seoul and joining as the final member of BTS. He is the lead vocalist. Choreographers. There are various choreographers who created the dynamic and exciting dances for BTS. BTS also contributed to group choreo in Spinebreaker. For his performance in the Map of the Soul one concert, JK helped make the My Time choreo. Choreographers for BTS include Son Sung-duk, Kyone and Mari, Brian Busbos, and Rie Hata.
Now we're going to be doing a quick little activity. We want you to create your own K-pop group. So individually or in a group, you can think of a K-pop group name, your role within the group, and come up with your fandom name. So some examples include BTS, Big Bang, and Twice, but be as creative as you want. This is supposed to be super fun and engaging. I hope you guys get inspired by all of the previous examples that we gave, and here you guys go. Now we're going to get into discussion questions to reflect on the PowerPoint at hand. How might becoming a K-pop idol during early adolescence affected idols' personal identity and development? What impact has K-pop had on global music and youth culture? So take some time to think about these, reflect on them, and if you want, you can write them down. This is totally up to you, but this is just a good way to engage with our PowerPoint and to get yourself thinking. Here are the references that we use for our own PowerPoint. Feel free to look at them and do your own research as well if you're interested in this topic. Again, thank you guys so much for listening to this PowerPoint today. We greatly appreciate your attention and we hope that you learned something from it. Thank you. Goodbye.